Welcome back. Hope you're having a good day. For the second day of winter, I went Christmas shopping for my family in the morning, which pretty much involves me going to Target and getting a big variety of gift cards since I have no ideas. On my way home for the afternoon, I went ahead and did some Christmas shopping for myself. And first thing I got here is a Premna. There was quite a few of this variety, the pre-bonsai variety or whatever to choose from. I picked this one. It has some movement to it, and it does have a little bit of age look on the trunk there. A lot of them were looking like this as they went in the dirt, really straight and just kind of into the soil there or whatever. But from what I understand, I've always wanted one. From what I understand, they grow quite quickly. Take a lot of wire, rewire. They have relatively small leaves already. And you can see, even in the wintertime here, like this branch right here sprouted from way up top there and just kind of sprung out down there. So, they do a lot of growing, and they'll thicken up in the pot and everything. The one thing, when I saw this one, because it did have a little more movement than many of the other ones that they had, I did notice that, it's got the two big bar branches here. But and it is causing a little bit of reverse taper problems there, but it's close enough to the trunk, and since I have read that they will thicken up in a pot, I'll let those run. I have my self-imposed rule that I don't do any work right away when I bring them home, so I'll leave it for a bit, but here in a couple months, I'll start trying to straighten out the top, maybe get some wire on there, and I'll just leave these two branches here alone. This guy here is dead, but I'll leave these two branches here alone until I can see that at least the thickening has gone between here and the soil. It should. If not, maybe I'll just repot it a little bit deeper just to kind of try to cover that up. If the reverse taper is like going into the soil level, it shouldn't matter all that much. But I should be able to fix it. But that's a Christmas gift to myself, number one. All right, and next up, we got a Chinese Sweet Plum. I didn't really have this tree in mind when I went up there. Sometimes just things kind of catch your eye a little bit. I almost want to break my rule about trimming it when I first get it. You can see here that it's got, maybe you can't see here, but it's actually got a wicked curve coming out here. And then you can see that this has been broken here, not even pruned off, and then it's got a shoot going that way too. And it's got a ton of little growth coming out here, but beneath all of that, it actually has a rather aged looking trunk. Really, I've heard of it before. Again, since I didn't have it in mind, I kind of just looked it up when I got home some. It says they're popular for penging just because they're very, very brittle branches to wire. You can see this guy even has a few fruits on it. No flowers today, but it's got some fruits on there. But because this, one reason I'm getting this is this must have just broken the truck. Since I don't know much about it, I'm going to resist the urge to kind of dig in there. Plus, we got a couple cold nights coming up here. Every now and again, they'll die back a little after a cold night. And so, I'll just go ahead and wait till, we got 47 degrees coming tonight, which may not sound like much to you people up there, but kind of chilly for us. But I'll let it just kind of go here for at least a few days, see if we get another warm snap after this one, which we're supposed to. January is our coldest month, so I may let it ride just till January and just kind of, let it go wild here, and I'll let you guys know when I clean it up. I do like it. All right, and here is the third one. This, part of the reason that I actually even went shopping is just trying to diversify my collection. And sometimes I feel like every time I go to write a title for one of my videos here, it's some kind of ficus, some kind of ficus, some kind of ficus. That's why I got those other ones. This is a Ficus Philippensis. Supposedly, I have only one like this. And supposedly the cuttings are supposed to take really easy, and I've just never had any luck with the cutting. But even if I was to get a small cutting going, it'd take a long time before I got, anything like this going here, where this thing has roots going out of the pot and everything, which I find very cool. And when I got the other one that I have, I repotted it right away. I think it was January, probably the wrong thing to do. But I repotted it right away, and I repotted it into a pot probably about twice the size. And the idea of I wanted to thicken it up and make it quite bigger, which I did accomplish. It's actually, quite a bit thicker than it was when I got it, but it really hasn't regained any of this, and I do think that just kind of goes along with my theory of it's got to be pot bound and kind of like just left to go crazy. So I decided to go ahead and get this guy. They've got it in their pine bark mix, which is what they do with their pre-bonsai, but I'm going to leave it in here for either a long time, or when I do repot it, I might even just repot it back into here, or into a pot this size, so that it does stay nice and pot bound, and maybe keep some of this stuff up. I don't know why I like stuff like that. Some people don't. I do. You can see that they've got a big chop mark there, and then a few branches going with the apex there or whatever. So again, I'll just leave this one go for a bit. And I'll probably will start styling it here soon, or at least just doing some maintenance pruning. I can already see that, it's got some branches that don't belong or whatever. But again, I'll just let it go for a bit and see what happens with this guy. It's got an aerial root starting there. That's pretty much what I had on the other one. Is they chopped it down, obviously, whenever they had it growing, wherever they had it growing before. They chopped it down to that aerial root or whatever. And it wraps around, and then there's another one here, and they kind of wrap around and come down together. That one reaches the ground. But we'll see what happens over time. The only ficus I got today. And lastly, and probably my favorite of the day, was this Campeche that I got. I think that's how you say it. I'm not entirely sure, but we'll see. I saw on their website before I went that they were actually sold out of like the smaller pre-bonsai stock that they sell. They have like a different section where these were collected ones. So you can see it's got a little bit of age to the trunk. It's even a smaller pot than some of that other pre-bonsai stuff is in. Most of that stuff, that they're selling, as that, the type that when you buy it on the website, you just kind of get a stock tree. You don't really get exactly what it is. This one, if you bought it off of their website, you would get exactly what it is. It's a little more than I wanted to get into, but I don't like to talk about all that much. But it's a unique tree in that it's a tropical that will actually get some dead wood, and there's a little bit right here. And then it'll actually, wherever it grows the most, it'll actually flute out more, and it'll get what you call like live veins and stuff like you would get in a juniper or something like that. So again, just going to kind of let it run here for a bit, try to read up a little more on them. I did see one article that said, you get kind of like they'll wire and they'll hold their spot once, and so you don't have to keep rewiring and everything. But if you haven't wired it like this is really brittle already, and it's not even as thick as a pencil. So, and the article did say that if you wanted to, get placement or whatever, that you could basically just cut them all back and then just start over with new shoots. Which, if I had more of this material, I might be brave enough to just, wait till spring and cut off every branch here and then just start wiring all the new shoots. But I don't really know the material all that well, so we'll see how it goes. But I look forward to playing with this guy in the spring. Merry Christmas. Be sure to shop for yourself. And happy holidays, whatever it is you celebrate. Or if you don't celebrate anything, happy second day of winter here in Florida.